Hey Astros fans, welcome to today's edition of Extra Innings, the Astros Fans UK next day recap on Astros ball games. Game 132, Astros 1, Rockies 6. Let's get straight into the key talking points from a really poor loss to start the series at home with 3 up, 3 down. 3 up, leading off Jesus Sanchez. The game started in a joyous mood on the long-awaited return of Yordan Alvarez, and this atmosphere reached an early crescendo in the second inning as Sanchez crushed a homer way over right centre field to give us the lead. It was Sanchez's first Astros homer at home, and unfortunately we completely failed to build on it. Up second, Jeremy Peña. At the plate, JP3 continued his upturn in form with 2 base hits including a double and a walk as he set the table well for our offense in this game. Sadly, this wasn't what his night would be remembered for, more on that shortly. Up third, Carlos Correa. He made it a 10-game hit streak with a single in the first inning, plus drew 2 walks later in the game as he too did his bit to try and get our bats back into this one. 3 down, first out, Jeremy Peña and Mauricio Dubón. Unfortunately, the pivotal moment in the game came in the third inning as what should have been a routine out turned into a double error that kick-started a 4-run inning for the Rockies. Ryan Ritter hit a ground ball to Dubón at second, and he made the very unwise decision to make a dangerous flip to Peña at the second base bag to try and get the out of the lead runner rather than take the easy out at first. The flip wasn't great, but Peña also compounded problems by dropping the ball and also not even having his foot on the second base bag. The ball deflected into the outfield and left us with a 0-out runners at the corner situation instead of 1 out and a runner at second. Peña was lumped with 2 errors on the plate, and Dubón really should have been as well, as it was a poor decision to go to second. These are unaffordable types of mistakes when in a division race like this. Second out, Hunter Brown. Having said that, after a superb first couple of innings where he looked dominant, Brown still had the power to minimise the damage in the third after the errors, but pretty much crumbled versus a rotten Rockies offense, giving up 4 runs in the inning to put us behind 1-4. Brown would at least give us length, finishing with 6 2/3 innings pitched, but giving up 6 runs regardless of whether they were earned on 6 hits. 0 walks and 7 strikeouts showed what this outing could have been, and as our ace, we need Hunter to show more poise than he did in that third. Third out, Jose Altuve. It was a really poor night for the little boss at the plate, being responsible for leaving 8 runners on base from his at-bats, with 5 of those being in scoring position. Altuve was a little unfortunate in the bottom of the second as his bases-loaded drive to left centre field was a 357-foot, 103-mile-per-hour line-out that could well have been a huge hit with a little luck. The bottom line here, though, was that it wasn't, and Altuve couldn't get anything going in this one when several opportunities arose. He'll be eager to bounce back. A couple of extra points to finish on. The big man returns. It was a quiet night for Yordan in his much-anticipated reappearance, however much of that was due to being walked fairly uncompetitively twice. And bemusing display. It was odd to see such a flat performance from our bats when considering both the opposition and the importance of every game in this divisional race, with us struggling to land any kind of meaningful blows on pitcher Tanner Gordon after Sanchez's home run. Can't let this happen again. With the loss, we dropped to 72-60 and our lead is a narrow 1.5 games ahead atop the AL West. That's it for today's Extra Innings, the next day recap. Let me know your takes on the loss in the comments. Make sure you're following at AstrosFansUK on all platforms, and I'll catch you tomorrow for the next edition of Extra Innings. Go Stros!